The 2-episode premiere of Daredevil Born Again did in fact mention what's going on in the bigger MCU, specifically around New York, and yes, Spider-Man was in fact mentioned. Now this has caused some confusion because people are under the impression that Marvel cannot mention Spider-Man on Disney+. Okay, so now that the first 2 episodes of Daredevil Born Again are out and everybody's had time to watch them and I think digest them, let's talk about that Spider-Man moment that's brought up by Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. So most of you know, and we talked about this prior to the release of, the series, that there was going to be a mention of Spider-Man. Now this of course happened because screeners were sent out and people that don't adhere to their NDA, non-disclosure agreement, decided to leak it. So there you go. So what happens is, in the 2 premiere episode that drops, when Mayor Fisk ends up, becoming mayor, he's talking about vigilantism in the streets and how since, there's been a rise of vigilantism, he wants to clean the streets up. It's at this point that he rattles off a couple of characters. He brings up Daredevil. Obviously, in the series, we also see White Tiger. But then he mentions that there is a character out there, a person that dresses like a spider who's also a vigilante. And that he's aiming to clean the streets up from all these vigilantes, and he's putting his sights on them. Now, of course, this is a pretty interesting mention of Spider-Man that a lot of people seem to have confused, because a lot of people, from what I've noticed, are in the belief that Marvel Studios cannot mention Spider-Man on Disney+. They can. They just cannot show him. He's an MCU property, guys. That partnership stands. Sony will just not let those characters appear on the actual Disney Plus programs because they believe it devalues Spider-Man. Now, before somebody brings up the animated side of things and what if, that's not MCU Spider-Man played by Peter Parker, as literally Marvel owns the rights to cartoon Spider-Man. They have since Spectacular Spider-Man ended, when Sony decided to sell the rights to the cartoons and everything back to Marvel besides the film rights. So they're not barred from doing that at all, but they just can't show Tom. So what they're doing here is establishing that he's still out there doing his stuff. And of course, we know that at one point he was wanted for murder, right? Kingpin knows this, and he's going to use that to his advantage, to his enforcement of, hey, vigilantes out here, we need to stop them. Now, of course, they don't know who Peter Parker is, right? Nobody knows who he is, but they know who Spider-Man is, so he's a prime target for Kingpin cleaning up the streets. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.